we are here in the Gremlin Cave. Sorry for the late start. This is a special edition of the Gremlin Cave. We are here with Casey from Big Brother 11, and he is here with his banana. Of course, we have Ronnie, a veteran of the Gremlin Cave, and we are here because Evil Dick, tipped some booze for him. He had his gallbladder removed, so he's just a fraction of the man he was, and he is recovering now. So I guess we could speculate that Dick being taken from the game early would not have mattered anyway, because now he wouldn't have won regardless, because he had his gallbladder removed. So this just was not the season for Dick. That's what she said. But let's talk about what's been going on. Casey, I know you've been doing a lot of drinking tonight and kind of missed the show. What you missed... No, I'm kidding. Drinking like Diet Coke. What's been going on has been Shelly got evicted.
I don't need this shit.
Shelly got evicted, and
why is she get evicted? Why would
you not have evicted her?
Why did she get evicted?
Why would you not have evicted her? I think she was just a duplicitous liar and was way
duplicitous. I think that's what Shima tried to spell in the game in my thing, duplicitous. No, I think Shelly tried to. She played both sides very well for a little while, and it caught up with her like it often does. So she went home. What was the vote? I didn't see it, guys. The Bucks game, the Buccaneers game preempted the whole show tonight.
It was a very odd situation with the vote because Shelly called out to Rachel and Jordan and just looked them directly in the eyes during her speech and said, I am playing on your side. You are who I am with. Vote for me to stay. And then they voted her out, and Kalia voted to keep Shelly, and that didn't make any sense to me at all.
And the ironic thing is that Jeff did when he looked right at Shelly, his whole speech was right at Shelly. I mean, I guess he figured he had the other couple votes, but his whole joint was right at Shelly, right? No, am I wrong?
No, you're right.
You're right.
Strike me down with your hatred in your journey to the dark side will be complete, Ronnie.
Exactly. Hate makes you stronger.
So, Casey, I'm going to set up this HOH competition that we were left with, and it's probably actually over by now. But it was one of those continuation ones, and we walk out to the backyard, and we see a pile of glaze, and then on the other side there's a stack of donuts. I'm not making this up. Mind you, Kalia is competing tonight.
They didn't get Ronnie to host that joint?
Ryan didn't host it.
Ronnie challenge.
Ronnie all about obligations. So they had to run and go to the other side and take donuts back. So to me, I think this was very biased against Kalia because I don't see how she could ever possibly make it back to the beginning with donuts without just consuming all of them at side B of this competition. What do you think, Ronnie? Is she going to win this thing or lose it?
Well, feeds are back and people are saying Rachel won.
All right. See, I'm Team Rachel.
Damn, Ronnie is fucking on it.
That's via Twitter. I'm refreshing my Twitter here.
Who are you in for this season, Casey? Who's your pick?
Dude, Ronnie has 19 computers going right now. He's like over here, he's over here. He has a funny straight thing.
It's actually one computer.
Casey, people in the chat room are saying that someone has their TV on. I'm thinking it might be you, or radio. Could that be you? TV or radio? No, Ronnie? No?
No.
Right, never mind.
Nope. Let me ask you this.
I'm ignoring those people.
Can you hear me at this volume?
Yeah, dude, you sound great.
Okay, I'll say this volume because my wife just came out and complained I was being loud. I'm sorry, honey, I love you.
Anyway, I'm the Gremlin Cave today partially because of my lack of organization. I'm just going to take a lot of questions. We have a lot of questions from the chat room. You guys, if you're listening, you want to send them to @RTVZone on Twitter or just in the Stick'em chat room, and we're going to take those. I got them stockpiled up already, and we have a lot of video mails from people. I'm going to play this particular video mail I like. It's like more of a video message, I guess, that I just thought was kind of cool, and I'm going to play it. It's from a fan. And we love our fans here on the Gremlin Cave. Here we go.
Hey, do I look like George from space?
People of Earth, I am from the future. Do not let the creature you know as Rachel read. This is a warning. Take heed! Take heed!
So we have people from the future watching the Gremlin Cave. We are like ahead of the time. So I want to thank
that reminds me of
that message.
That reminds me of Jim sending Dwight Schrute faxes on his own literature from the future. And on The Office, and Dwight Schrute's looking around like this. Funny stuff.
We're a very technologically advanced show on the Gremlin Cave. Here's a question from Mindrunner on Twitter. Should they shave the word goat into Adam's back hair? Not totally sure what they're getting at, but I think it's a great idea. Ronnie, what do you think?
I think they should just shave floater for life instead of goat.
Casey, is Adam the worst player Big Brother has ever seen?
You know what? We can all judge and say this and that, but I mean, do best run and win, he wins it. My personal opinion, yeah, he's with this posse, he's with this posse, he's whatever. Mess around and win, and then all of it changes. Your whole judgment changes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think.
I don't know.
No, you're not gonna make me mad by voicing a different opinion. I'm not mad at you. Knock yourself out.
He's just, I don't want him winning. I'm sure he's a lot of fun to hang out with, but he's just not, I don't know, I just don't.
We can write him a $50,000 check, though. I think he'd be stupid for anyone to not take with him.
And don't get me wrong, I'd take second place over last place any day, but,
Kind of a similar segue Stickum question here from R. Karupa. Who do you think has the best chance of reaching the final two currently, and who do you want to win? I'm definitely Team Rachel. I think Rachel probably will make final two, and I think it'll be with probably Adam. What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be Rachel and Jordan, and I bet you Jordan wins.
No way. You think Jordan could beat Rachel in a final two?
Yes! Are you kidding me? Jordan will beat Rachel. Don't you think so, Casey?
I think they're going to sleep on Jordan again, and I said it in my season, when Jordan goes up, when you go up against Jordan, Jordan could stand up when Julie Chen goes, let's hear what you have to say. I think Jordan can stand up and go, I'll have a sweet tea and a Caesar salad, and sit down, and she still doesn't go home. I'll get her later.
You guys think you have a different view? I hear that opinion a lot from season 11 people, and you think it's like a season 11 thing that you're really almost, not bitter is not the right word, but you really have this like Jeff and Jordan bug on you.
Okay, I don't have one. I'm happy with my life. I'm blessed to have been on the show. I do work, what I'm saying? I wake up every day. I'm not a mad guy. I'm not bitter. And I know a lot of former house guests are bitter, and they're mad at Jeff and Jordan's success. You know what? Hey, I wasn't America's sweetheart. I'm 43 with a ball spot. I'm not
I think you're America's sweetheart. I think so.
Well, you and your cancer-stricken wife, I'm sure, are very, everybody's watching out for you guys.
How dare you? She is suffering.
I want Jordan wins to just complete the season for what it is. That's what I want.
Is there a .org I can donate some money? No. You know what? They're going to sleep on Jordan? They're going to sleep on Jordan again?
Yeah.
I bet she wins again.
Casey, we're in agreement here. We're in agreement.
I think that, she's got Jeff's vote for sure. Mm-hmm. And outside of that,
she has Shelly's. She has Danielle's over Rachel.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think so. And she has Kalia's over Rachel. And I bet she gets Porsche's.
So. And don't discount Jeff's
persuasive ability to everyone.
That's the right word. Thank you, Darth Vader.
Yes. Yeah, there is a lot of suck asses in this house, so that is a factor. Chat room question from TY74.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you, too.
Go ahead.
Have you guys, and I've said this on Twitter recently, I really feel like, at least in recent years especially, like the Sharks all get each other out.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, Ronnie, Laura, well, Braden. I don't even know if Braden knows he was on a TV show, but Ronnie, myself, Laura. I mean, we were players.
Yeah.
And we went home early.
We just 1, 2, 3, 4, blam. That quick.
I think the 3 toughest players in Big Brother are in the house right now. Brendan, Jeff, Danny are beasts at the game, and they got each other out. Cannibalism.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we'll look at the last 2 seasons final too. You know, it's your season and my season. It was just even final 3. It was kind of piss poor. You're right. All the players get out early. It's a sad thing. Hey, Pooey Thrower in the chat room, in case he wants to know, WTF are you on, and do you have enough for everybody? It's a question I'd like to know too, because I take some of that, whatever that is. Because you're a happy guy tonight. I
do. I can run to the store. Make a run to the store. Liquor store right down the road.
A little bit of Casey cheer.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing. I gotta be working 7:30.
Another chat room question from King Kaser. Is this the worst season ever? Now, I think we're going to hover close between my season and this season, I think, are the 2 worst. And if I got to tip it over the edge, I still think mine is worse than this. But it's kind of gotten a little dramatic near the end, a little more tension and stuff. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it started off, being predictable with the newbies going up, but then it got good. But I think we're back down to a fizzle because... Rachel and Jordan, again, they're going to coast to the final 2. It's starting to fizzle out. It's not as, now in the final 5, it's not going to be as exciting because I think Rachel and Jordan are going to walk to the final 2.
So what do you think is the worst season then?
I still say yours.
9? No, it's true. It's not mine. It's more like Allison Grinder's season.
Your season sucked.
Yeah, a little bit.
If I could pick a season I would not want to be on, it would be 12.
Hold on, wait, Casey, you gotta say it. What did you say we walked in the house? Season 11. The season's so nice.
They named it number 1 twice.
That's right.
I do think your season was one of the most. It was one of the least strategic, but it was one of the most interesting because it was just like full of crazies. And
it was really personal. It got really personal.
Yeah.
Oh, none of us had strategy. We weren't trying to do nothing. We were out sitting sleeping all day.
You really were.
I was sleeping 4 hours a day, man, and I still got sent home 3rd.
It was a very personal game, a lot of immaturity, which I love. I think it's funny to watch. Yeah. You guys are all a bunch of like mental cases, and it made for great television. And I wish we had more.
Go ahead.
Hey, Casey, you know what really made that season epic? Do your banana song.
Man in a banana suit. Man in a banana suit. Banana suit all day. Banana suit all night. We kick it in and with my boy. Hold up. Man, sleep with that guy. Imagine sleeping with that guy behind you.
Did you get 2 banana suits? Because usually there's multiple suits.
I sold it to chicken in Canada for $50 million.
$50 million? Canadian dollars or U.S. dollars?
This chair cost $20 million.
You are living large. Chat question from Turtle Dove. Do you think it was a smart move of Rachel and Jordan to evict Shelly? What do you think, Casey?
I'm not a live feed guy, so I really don't know. I thought Shelly played a smart game up until now. She really had a good kind of vibe going both sides of the house, if you will. Apparently not good enough because she went home. And I still think I've thought here for the last week or 2 that the noobs have a what is Ronnie doing? Rearranging his closet?
I think Ronnie just evicted himself from this Gremlin Cave episode. Casey, we have a request for you to do a Jordan impression. Oh no.
I will do a Jordan impression. Ask me a question, I'll do a Jordan. You gotta ask me a question now.
Darth Ronnie, ask Casey a question for Jordan.
First of all, let me emphasize that I love Jordan. Sweet chick, man. Really good girl.
Satire is flattery. You do whatever you need
authentic. But I mean, you know, people is who they is. But she's a great chick. But ask me a question.
Okay, Jordan, why do you think that you deserve to make it to the final two?
Well, I mean, I won 2 seasons ago, and so it would be normal that I would win because, I mean, all the rest of these people in here, I mean, they don't deserve to win. And I mean, Jeff is my boyfriend, and America loves Jeff, so pick me. I mean, it's obvious.
I love Jordan because she's so... Yeah, but it's good because she's so oblivious to her innocence. I think she doesn't really understand.
And that's what makes her sweet. And don't feel free to edit that funny how you don't want America and chop it up like I cracked on her, man. That's my girl, man. She's a good little chick. She's a sweet little. No. I mean, I know how Survivor sucks, takes it and goes with it. She's a good chick, man, and but she's straightforward. And so I would just want the Gremlin Cave. Thank you so much for having me. And Ronnie, I remember that night you cried all night up in the HOH room.
I did. Wait, were you there? I wasn't in the HOH room.
Who
the night
cried?
I cried was after you were evicted.
So you're mad at me?
I thought it was Kevin.
Okay, slow your roll. Because you cried all night in the HOH room.
I cried in the HOH room about my wife's picture. It wasn't all night. And you weren't in there, so you wouldn't know. Because you never had the HOH room, remember?
No, I didn't.
There we go.
Okay,
all right,
first of all,
back on track, ladies.
First of all, your facts are wrong.
Ronnie, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, assuming Rachel won HOH, I think, tonight, which...
Yeah, she did, I think, yeah.
What's her best move now? Who does she put up?
Portia and Kalia.
Portia and Kalia.
And then puts up Adam as a replacement.
Who's the target?
Oh, I would get rid of Portia.
And Jordan flows to the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's not getting rid of Jordan.
Man.
That's why I say Jordan's going to win.
I still don't think Jordan won. I think Jordan might go to final 3. I'm with you there. But you think Rachel would take Jordan if she has to pick? Which I think
Jordan's going to win. Jordan's proven she pulls out the wins when she needs to.
If Rachel has to pick who she takes with her to final 2, which is probably what's going to happen, you don't think that she would pick Adam over Jordan? You think she's going to bring Jordan?
She better, because that's how she wins. She'd be smart to.
So how's Jordan going to win if she doesn't even make it there? Like, who's going to take Jordan over Adam? Anyone that gets there. Jordan would have to make it to the end by her own right, and that will never, ever happen. I mean, it happened in your season, but it never happen again. They're like, lightning does not strike twice like that.
We'll see, I guess. We shall see.
Especially considering who was she competing against? Natalie, and who was it? Kevin or something in your final 3?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're competing against Rachel, that's a whole other echelon of competitor that she's not going to be able to beat, I don't think.
Ronnie, you didn't win, so who the hell cares about your opinion?
I do, and that's all that matters to me.
Ronnie, had you stuck to the plan, Ronnie, you might not have left the week after I left.
That's true.
Let me ask you, just very briefly, are you guys like kind of pro-Rachel, anti-Rachel? It's just overall.
I am pro good gameplay, so if Rachel's playing the game, I'm pro-Rachel.
Oh my God, you sound like a hard-boiled egg, Ronnie. I am not pro-Rachel, but I know some dirt about her outside the house, man. Well, she tricked out. She showed her ass.
She shows her ass. That's what she does. I got it because I have a chat question here from the Hate 518. Says, "What do you see in that redheaded bitch? She's a bitch." I'm assuming we're talking about Rachel here, but I like her inside the game, outside the game. Here's the thing: I love Rachel. I love Brendan. I fucking hate Brenchel. That I hate. But I like being individual.
Brendan is such a side, as we say in the hood, a side note. He his whole life is managing her.
Well, yeah, kind of. Definitely in the scheme of the game. Brendan has no confidence with her in the world of Big Brother at all. And that is frustrating because she's a better player than him. So it's funny to see him like micromanage her gameplay when she should really be doing it to him.
No, it's not a gameplay. He has to micromanage her emotions, man. She's
without Brendan though. I agree. I think she does better without Brendan.
Yeah. I'll forget. You know what? I take back everything I said because Amalgabraith in the chat room just said, "Matt, you're stupid." So what do I know, right? These chat people know it all. These chat people have never played the game and never have the charisma or intellect to ever get cast to play the game. Are telling me I'm stupid.
You should have put your Mensa certificate on the wall right over here.
I should fucking flush that thing down the toilet is what I should do with it. You guys want to take any video? We have video mail questions. I can throw one or two up. I have not really screened these, so here I'm just going to pick one, and we're just going to roll with this, and we'll see what happens here with these people. What do we got? Let's try this.
Hi, the computer guys.
Hi, Dick at Night. My question is, what do you think about the veto competition tonight? It seemed pretty obvious that CBS designed a competition that Rachel would for sure win. The only competition she's won this season was the first one where she had to hang on a banana, and then once again they designed a competition in which she had to hang on something. It was the same competition with a different object to hang on. Do you think CBS has a direct hand in who stays and who wins?
All right, can you guys see that? All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's not great. That's a great question.
Go ahead, Casey. What do you think about that?
No, production is like Lord Voldemort, so I really can't speak on it.
Well, then I'll answer it because I don't give a shit. I think when you have a competition that involves Rachel hanging on Brendan as long as she can, yeah, it kind of favors Rachel because she's been straddling him for a year and a half now and then been practicing every day for this competition. So, yeah, it favors a little bit. But I don't think, look, I've always been of the opinion that every competition in anything, in any athletics, forget Big Brother, is always favored towards somebody. Someone's going to be better than someone else. But everyone has a chance. Everyone's got a shot to win this shit. And whether it's favored towards you or not, if this competition isn't favored towards you, the next one will be. You know, somewhere along the line, something's going to edge in your way. And you just got to win them out. Now, where I do take a point of contention, and I think that is maybe the worst. It's worse than the coup d'etat. It's worse than the Diamond Power veto. It's worse than anything that's ever been done from a production standpoint. I think they could have at least masqueraded it by letting them pull the names out of a bag to pair up. But to just say, these are your play, it's bullshit. What do you guys think? Let's forget our contracts for just a minute. Ronnie, what do you think of what's been going on?
I think everyone has an equal shot of winning it. Portia could have easily won that competition. She just didn't. I mean, she could have won. She just didn't.
Yeah, Portia and Rachel had the chance to do it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, here's the thing about, I'll use the first HOH thing. Well, it wasn't an actual HOH competition, but the first competition that we did our season, Casey and I, whenever we were hanging
where I killed you, where I fucking owned you.
Yeah, he did. But see, exactly, I'm a lot heavier than a lot of the other guys, so I'm not going to do very well holding my weight up. You know what I mean? And that's, I mean, so that doesn't necessarily, quote, favor, but that doesn't mean they were wanting certain people to win. It just means it's not your strong suit.
I was thinking about the tube thing we did.
Tube thing.
But I'll tell you this. Let me interject. I'm sorry to interrupt. But I had one question. You know, we have our exit interview with the producers and directors and everything. You know what I mean? You talk to Julie Chan. Hi, Julie. Nice to meet you. And then you walk out and talk with the producers and all that. It's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And you meet with psychologists, Shay Quotation, how to go on the internet because people are saying nasty things about you on the internet. And then you go on the internet anyway. But with Allison and Rich and them, I had one question. After 5 weeks in the house, I had one question. I said, how did you guys, let me ask you this. How did y'all pick that first competition? Because the toilet bowl thing, the toilet seat thing, favors light people.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
you're
it
not
favors
light.
people.
You're not light. I'm not light. And I think I could have held on longer than a lot of people. But I looked over at Russell and Natalie, and I was like, Many people both over there.
They were going nowhere.
They're over there at 160 and 105, and I can't get them, so let go. And so I do wonder, to circle back, I'm a tangent guy, but to circle back, how do they have it already? Does our house already have it lined up where they're going to know what they're going to do, or do they move the competitions around to make better TV? What do you think?
I think they shift a little bit, but I also want to circle back to something, and this is going off on a bit of a tangent, but I think Ronnie will appreciate this, because Ronnie's had, as myself, our fair share of haters, and I love when people are totally stupid. Haters. So I'm just going to point out a
Ronnie was an asshole.
5 minutes ago, you may have heard me mention that someone told me that I was stupid, and it's great. And so 5 minutes later, this comment comes up in the chat room from the exact same person. I'm going to read this verbatim. I'm not going to edit it. I love this. This is in all capital letters, by the way, which is instinctually
that
the sign of
must be really serious if it's in all capital letters.
5 minutes after calling you stupid, this is
I hate all caps. I hate all caps.
I'd rather watch the Jersey Shore than watch the shitty episode of the Dick at Night Show. Editors break. We're not even on the Dick at Night Show. Back to the comment. You have the two most annoying guests possible on tonight, and I don't like your opinions, Matt. Rachel and Brendan suck. 5 minutes after he's been sitting here watching this, then he has the fortitude to decide, I'm going to write this question saying that I don't want to, but you're watching it. And you don't even know what you're watching. You're watching it. I love it. I love it. Well, he's still there.
In all fairness, he's clearly battling 8 voices inside his head to determine which personality is going to win and ask the next question. So
these guys are the best. People are so dumb. Okay,
I'm friends with Bubba. I know some radio people, and I'm friends with Bubba Love Sponge, who says the same thing, syndicated throughout the nation, Sirius, on Howard and shit. But people be like, man, I hate you. And yet you heard me. Understand. Anyway.
All right, people want to answer serious questions, so I'm going to go to another video mail from someone. Again, I don't really know what these are. We'll figure it out.
What do you think is responsible for the creative downturn over the last 3 seasons? Thank you for your time.
Creative downturn. I don't know.
Thank you for that very low. You sound like Chris Brown. Thank you.
He wants to know
he was honoring Michael Jackson's birthday 2 days ago. It was like, thank you.
So I think that I think Big Brother's gotten overly creative, and that's the problem. I think they're trying too hard to be creative. I like no creativity. Just fucking let the people play the game. All this creativity is fucking shit up. Ronnie, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. People need to play the game. But see, part of the problem is it seems a lot of people that get cast on the show now, their strategy is they want to get in there and float. Because it works. But, I mean, rather than play the game, they want to float.
Well, I think they want... Am I yelling? I think they want to get in there and float, A. I think, like much of reality TV, people get in there now and wanna percolate it. They wanna turn it into something else, and you get that talking into the cameras and all that. But I also agree that I was a fan of the show since season whatever, and I've always been a fan of the show, and I think that. I don't want to be critical of. I'm so honored and happy to have been chosen. So I unlike you two, I try not to badmouth our bosses and everything, but I think they've overthought it a little bit. I agree. I know me personally, the click thing, the partner thing this year. I mean that changes your game. It really does. I think my season, had I not been on a click, Jeff would have went home sooner because Russell and Jesse and Natalie wasn't feeling them.
Bad mouth production either. I honestly, I think they do a great job. I mean, shit, this is the toughest show to put on. I mean, putting on a live show and editing into a storyline is not an easy thing to do. So definitely kudos to all the whole production team. But it's reality TV. They're making a show, and yeah, sure, shit's gonna be fucked with and goofing around. But they got to make a TV show.
200
they have
people.
to. It's their
job.
job.
I don't know if people know this. 200 people work on that show. 200 people.
I did not know that. That's pretty crazy.
Next
okay, so here's a chat room question. Who do you think is the best lineup for heroes versus villains version of Big Brother? That's kind of a cool question. Ronnie, go ahead.
Ronnie versus Brendan.
Ronnie and Jeff versus Jeff, right?
I've been asked this a lot on Twitter and Facebook. People send me messages saying, who would you put on a Big Brother Heroes versus Villains? That could be cast so many different ways. It really could. It just depends on who will say yes and who will say no. And they'll go down the list.
Would anyone say no to being asked back into the house?
I know a couple.
I'm very surprised Jordan went back. I'm very surprised Jordan went back.
I am too.
There's so many people that say, I think Jeff gave them the business. Cool, he was like, or they want to sound like they're above it all. People say that. People say they won't go back, but they will.
A Tuesday, a fifth of tequila, and she signed the contract. Because to her credit, Jordan went back to her real life. From what I understand, she got the $500,000, went back to her real life. She wasn't one of these people. And again, I'm not mad at people who move to Hollywood. Not at all. You know what? You only get your foot in the door so many times. But Jordan, she didn't seem like somebody from my conversations with her and my interactions who wanted to go back in the limelight.
Right. No, I agree with you, Casey.
So she's probably sitting there like, fuck, Jeff done did this, fuck.
But she may win again, so...
Bro, no, another $500,000 ain't bad.
Right.
Now she'll take some about $350 after taxes.
Yeah, but still, that's almost $1 million. That's $700,000 2 years from Big Brother.
You'll never make that much in your life, Ronnie.
Right, exactly. You're not kidding.
No, Matt made that last year.
You're not joking.
Something like that. As a fan of the show myself, I always find I like kind of the behind-the-scenes goofball questions that aren't really about the show and stuff. Ronnie, I think you and me probably have a big insight on this. Pepperette in Twitter or chat maybe wants to say, talk about dealing with the haters after the show. What is Shelly in for? Shelly's had it rougher. I think, Ronnie, you and your wife and stuff had it real bad. I had it a little, Stacey had a little worse than that, and I think Shelly's just hit a peak with the shit going on with her, and I feel horrible for whatever she's in for.
Agreed.
You people are assholes, and you're ruthless to us, and some people deal with it better than others. I have a thick skin, but Shelly...
I'm just a dude on 2nd Avenue, man. I gotta work in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dude.
Yeah, man. So, Ronnie,
speak on it.
Yeah, Ronnie. Well, it's pretty shitty.
Okay.
Huh?
Here's the thing. Shelly, probably I agree. She's probably gotten it worse than anyone, but she's obviously a strong person. She'll come out of it fine. But she just needs to remember the mantra: opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them, and everyone else's stinks.
That's it. Keep strong. DOW in the chat room says, "Suck a dick, you midget cunt." Is that to me or who? Probably me, right?
Hey, I'm 5'11". I'm not that small. I'm not that short.
It's gotta be to me. Definitely me. I'm gonna take the hit on this one. I'm sucking a dick. Okay. Oh, let's go to another video mail. These are fun. Figure out one here. What do we got?
Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Derek. I'm from Niagara.
I can't hear him.
Is everybody gay who watches Big Brother?
Who would you have wanted to be paired up with going into the house? And who else do you think would have made this season a lot more interesting than the way it panned out? And that's basically it. Thanks so much. Bye.
Thanks, Derek. You want to take it, Ronnie?
Yeah, I want to be paired up with Casey, so he has to deal with it.
Ronnie wants to take it. Derek, appreciate the call. I ain't mad at you.
I would like to, of the people this season, I would like to, not, this whole vet thing sucks. I would have not wanted to kind of be with the vet, maybe, I don't know. I mean, if I was back in, it would have been with Reagan anyway. As far as who would have made it more interesting, I mean, I guess these were probably the options of pairs, right? What other pairs would they have had, really? I mean, you saw the options, like the fake ones on CBS's website, and those were so obviously, you know, bad, just with Jesse and Natalie. Hayden and Enzo was super bizarre. So, I mean, I guess they did what they could have done with this twist, but, right? I don't know. Fuck do I know?
Yeah, I always laughed at the Hayden Enzo because Hayden didn't even take Enzo to the end. Like, they weren't even in the end together. Wasn't it Hayden that evicted Enzo in the final 3 last year?
Yeah, exactly. He had to choose.
So
and he picked.
That was dumb.
Hell, I would have picked, shit. I like the Enzo. What's a black guy's name? What's a black guy's name from South Carolina? I liked him.
Black guy from South Carolina.
Marvin.
Oh, jeez. You're pulling out all the stops. That's old school.
I like Marvin. I think me and he could do this work. Although he hasn't friended me on Facebook yet. Though I have a long request.
So our friend who wants me to suck a dick is now, and this also is never really directed towards me, but one of us, may your wife get cancer and die 2 days before Christmas. Oh, come on now. That's not.
You know what, Ronnie?
Is that towards me? Is that me again? What have I done?
You know what, Ronnie? I know you've experienced some hate.
Actually, that's from Allison Gardner in the chat room. She's listening. Sorry, Allison. Come on.
Ronnie, you speak on the hate, and then I'll speak on the hate. Action. Clip, go.
Okay. Haters gonna hate. I love the hate. It makes me stronger. It fuels the dark side of the force.
And that's all you got. I want to say this. The people who's threatening Shelly's family, I mean, that's as whack as whack can. You know, as you can see, I mean, we just some people, man. You know, we and that was one of my beefs about people complaining when they was in the house. People was like, I don't like this kind of tuna. Oh, I don't like this kind of ham. I'm like, look, you're not Whitney Houston. But even Whitney Houston, she's just a person. You know,
right? We
just people. We got lucky enough with our electric personalities to get on a show. And you're in there playing a game. And you know what? Jeff's my homeboy. But Shelly moving him out, it's not a bad thing. It's a game move. So don't get mad at the people and threaten to kill their families and all that. I mean, it's kind of whack.
Yeah, it's totally insane.
Actually, it's super whack. Super whack.
Totally insane.
It is whack.
All right, let's do another video mail here and see what goes on.
Over the season, Portia has become one of my favorite people, and now she's making it really far to the end in the final 5. I was just wondering what you think she has to do to secure herself in a spot in the final 2, and what she has to do to win. Who does she have to sit against? What move does she have to make? What competitions does she have to win? Just wondering. Thanks.
And I'm not mad at gay guys. If you're gay, it's your shit. I'm not mad. It doesn't have nothing to do with me.
What do we think? Can Portia get to the final 2? Is this a feasibility?
Well, if she doesn't go home this week, obviously she has a shot, but she has to be sitting next to Kalia or Adam. She loses against Rachel or Jordan.
Yes, I agree. But I think she would beat Kalia or Adam. She beat Adam. Maybe Kalia Portia would be an interesting final 2 just to watch the vote go down. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean for sure.
I think that would be the closest final 2 combination.
I saw. What's your boy's name? Black dude. What's the black dude's name?
The black dude you were just talking about before, Marvin.
No.
Lawan, Keith,
Lawan,
Kalia.
I saw Lawan on Twitter today. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be on something today." I was like, "CBS line 2."
Lawan's still waiting for his special power. I thought he was going to come out of the fortune teller today when Shelly was fucking with it. He's just going to fucking vaporize
when Lawan thought is that the dumbest move of all time?
Yeah, it goes down in Big Brother folklore as the biggest. He'll never
like
live
all the rest
down.
of us in Vegas would be like this. Like that?
Hey, Hey, good question for you two from the chat room. CMB7289 asks, should there be a season for people who didn't make jury, like Laura, who got screwed by Ronnie and Big Brother 11, or Cassie from this year? You guys, I think it's kind of a cool idea, like a loser season.
Laura loves that idea, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be interesting because I saw about this with Kevin from our season. Actually, it was several months. It would be interesting, but do you really want to see someone like Braden back?
Well, no. I mean, you got to pick selectively because. Well, here's what I said. Before I was ever on the show. I don't think we knew Braden was on a TV show. But before I ever was on the show,
in 7 minutes, we're putting in the house.
Before I was ever on the show, I always said that the best players usually are not the winners of Big Brother. Just because you win doesn't make you the best player, and just because you lose doesn't make you the worst player. And now that I've been on the show and I say that, people think I'm bitter. No, I've been saying that before I ever was cast on the show. And so to have a season of people who didn't make jury doesn't mean you're stuck with a bunch of shitty players. It means you're stuck with people that just kind of maybe got screwed over. But we're good players, like Ronnie, both of you guys. Laura, for sure. Brian and stuff. I mean, even Kristen, Annie would have been a good player. So, yeah.
No, Annie sucks. Annie sucks.
You Florida people also, I guess.
Chicago Annie, you suck. If you're watching this, Annie, you
Chicago
suck.
Annie now.
But I wish you the best in Chicago. No, I all three of us sitting here, we know. You know what? We either get the call or we don't get the call. We're not the ones to make the decision. Mrs. Grodner and Mr. Meacham, then we're going to be people who are going to make a decision.
Yeah, well, she was just in the chat room calling me a cunt, so I don't think I'm getting a call. Another curious question from DRock247. Do you guys think you would have recognized Shelly's lies earlier on? I've been saying all season I'm baffled that she was able to get away with this as long as she could without people.
Oh, yeah, you want to talk. Your boy screwed you, so I know you ain't going to lie.
Yeah, so what do you guys think? Would you have picked up on this earlier? How did she get screwed by so long with this?
Neither did you. You didn't. Your boy sent you home, man. So don't even act like you.
But not because of my lies. My lies never got busted.
Ronnie went home fourth, so I know if he says he didn't, he would have lied.
No, I wouldn't have cut on. But what I was shocked about this season was more whenever they called Shelly out in the back room that they still believed her. After that little scene.
Good point.
Yeah, that's what shocked me. That after she finally kind of got called out, they...
Matt, why do you have so many tattoos?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Well, give me... Smart boy, give me an answer. Your mom didn't love you? What is it?
I'm very unloved. Very few people have loved me in my miserable existence.
I mean, why do you get your arms... Why do you get your arm? Why do you get the sleeve tattoo?
I don't know. Because I'm just thug like that.
You don't know.
I don't know.
What are you, 10?
I would. I got a baby face. Why are you in the chat room? Is this you? You're here. You don't have to chat. You can just speak to me.
I just want to know why you got so many tattoos.
Casey's like, why you got so many tattoos? You're a cunt. Like,
simple question, man. Simple question. Drink your vodka, make it look like water. It's fine. Why you got so many tattoos?
They build up over the years.
And what's your IQ?
First when I'm 18.
Give me IQ number.
Well, I don't want my IQ number. What are you asking me? I don't know.
Because last time I
got tested, it was a 32, but that was quite some time ago, and I guarantee brain cells.
Ronnie, what's your IQ?
I don't know. Here's the thing about IQ.
Did you say 32? 132.
IQ is a measure of the capacity of learning. That doesn't mean you actually will.
It's a measure of like creative thinking. It's not how smart are you. IQ has nothing to do with intelligence at all. Just because you have a high IQ does not make you a smart person.
Okay, that's the most retarded thing, and nothing to people against people with learning deficits. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's true.
IQ has nothing to do with intelligence.
No, because
I'm saying IQ is a measure of capacity to learn.
The funny thing about it is, and I think I'm smarter than both of you.
It's a lot about creative thinking and your way to see things outside the box.
Don't smirk. Because
I'll smirk all I want, Casey.
Call me, Ronnie. I love you.
But all right, let's do. We got like 10 minutes left. Let's do another video mail here and see what we got. Let's see what this is.
All three of us were obviously not winners.
Gang. Big fan, Mark from Virginia here. coming to you from my comic book store.
Big Hair Mark.
To get a plug in. I know that in the past you've said that there's things that you don't like about the production, the editing of the show, the rehashing of the previous episodes in the black and white. One thing that annoys me is when they explain the rules of a competition and then they intersperse during the competition people in the diary room telling you about the competition, which you've just seen. So is there anything else like that you'd like to see them change the production of the show? Take care, guys.
Thanks, man.
Well, those actually don't bother me. Those things,
before he finished his question and when he was talking about it, that's what I was about to say, was like when they fucking over-explain everything, it bothers the shit out of me. It's like it makes me feel stupid or like I'm surrounded by idiots.
I'll say this. One of the highlights of my whole experience was the rap party, walking outside, and producer Ryder Katz introduced me to the guy who does the voice. This week on Big Brother.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, this is, and I don't know his name, and I apologize, dude. He's like, oh, this is John, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what's up, man? Nice to meet you. And they go, no, this is this guy. This week on Big Brother. And I was like, ah, you're not that. You're that dude. Did y'all meet him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a good story about him.
He's about 6'7".
Yeah, he's really tall.
He, when I went out to California to shoot that little package with Reagan this season, it was kind of like hovering between me going and not going, and I was, yes, and I was like, I don't know if I can make it.
You're shoot Reagan's little package.
Been done many times, and I don't even know what I was saying. Oh yeah. So I was talking.
Evil Dick hates you right now because your show is crap. Yeah, me, Ronnie, and a bunch of crap.
I blame Dick for even having me do this. This is why the Gremlin Cave gets canceled in the first place, because of this shit. Now we bring it back, and now we know why we're just gonna fucking put it 6 feet under again or whatever.
I'll make a call. Let me make a call.
Thanks, man. Here's a Twitter question from Movie Guy 82. Who would you consider the all-star candidate from this season?
Ronnie.
My pick goes
Ronnie.
Shelly.
Shelly? Who do you say, Casey?
I didn't wait for the end of the question. Say it again.
Who would you consider the all-star candidate from this season?
He's in deep contemplation.
No, I mean, I really think, I told you before, I think the three of the best players, Danny, Jeff, and Brendan, are excellent players. And that's why they're sitting at home, man. Because just like me, just like season 11, I mean, I can't, and I don't remember your season as well, obviously, but I remember my season. I felt like, and I've seen it since then, all the Sharks, get each other out early, and there's a bunch of fucking simps sitting around at the end. Now, God bless the people, because I know it's a hard ride, man. I was about to go crazy. I don't know about y'all. I was only there 5 weeks, and I was about to lose my mind. So just making it to the end is a accomplishment in itself, in and of itself.
Yeah.
But I also think a lot of the studs get each other out early. Ronnie, Jesse, me, Laura from my season, and then. People
just sat back and watched us duke each other out, and then they just were like, oh, now I can start winning.
The Sharks cannibalize, and there's Guppy swimming around at the end, man. Now, the smart Guppy wins, but I think this season in particular, the three best people probably, if I had to name the three best players, the three most active, the three best competitors, I would name Danny, Jeff, and Brendan.
So you don't think there's any all-stars outside of the already returning all-stars?
Well, your buddy said there wasn't going to be no all-stars.
All right, well, my pick from this season for all-star is Franklin the Turtle, because I think he's played better than anybody else.
I'm gonna pick LeJuan's tuxedo shirt from 80.
The fortune teller. Chat question from Pepperette. Do most house guests get over the personal stuff from the game and laugh it off, or are they bitter? Well, season 11, you guys have the kings of bitterness flowing all through your season, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think I'm bitter. I don't know. People say I'm bitter. Be like, you're so fucking bitter. I swear. It's hand on a stack of Bibles.
Let me ask you this. And you follow some of the people from other seasons on Twitter. Do you see some bitterness? When Jeff made his homophobic comments, did you see other ex-house guests all over it?
Yeah. That wasn't bitterness to me.
That was just bitterness. I don't think that was bitterness.
Have you seen Jeff and Jordan hate from previous house guests? Yes or no?
I razz them a little bit. I don't know what people like.
Yes or no question. Have you seen bitterness over Jeff and Jordan for previous house guests? Yes or no? You're done bottom. Go first.
But hold on. But here's the thing about it. Your point.
Yes or no question, man.
No, it's not. Your contention was over the homophobia. So the answer to that, then, if you want to say yes or no, is no.
Yeah.
Okay. Point taken. Have you seen? No. Point taken. Have you seen bitterness from previous house guests about Jeff and Jordan being back in the house? Yes or no?
I'd say yes. Being completely honest.
Yes.
I'd say yes.
Honest. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Cats are so jealous of Jeff and Jordan, man. It rankles me.
Oh well yeah. I would tell you what I'm not jealous of Jeff and Jordan. If yes is what I'm saying for the psychos that they have to deal with.
No, they have some fans. They have some fans.
They got the rabid crazies for sure. Like that. That's got to be horrible.
No, that's a whole different flavor right there.
It's almost you might compare it to like a sports team, like Packers fans or Steelers fans or
right. Because
but I think
that's actually true.
When the JJ fans come out the woodwork and they're gonna kidnap Shelly's kid and rape her.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not right. That's not right.
I could tweet right now and say, God, I hope Adam doesn't win HOH, and then I'll get, even if someone's an Adam fan, they'll say, don't say that. If I tweet, I hope Jordan doesn't win HOH, it'll be like, I hope your cat is chopped up, and we're going to find your wife and rape her and throw her, and they'll say fucked up shit.
Ronnie, do you really get that? Do you really get that?
Oh yeah, Casey. Whenever you made the and I know whatever, but when you made the comments about my wife while you're in the house after all that went down, people wrote my wife and said they were going to find her and chop her up and put her in a sleeping bag and throw her in the Atlantic Ocean.
And I apologize for that. And I think, and I guess to circle back around, Matt, to how it goes down. You know, people can say it's not personal, all this and all that. You know. When you walk out the door, and probably both of us will attest to that, when you walk out the door and you go out there and shake hands with Julie Chen, it's personal. You know, you voted me out, and that was what some of my
I don't know, man. I totally disagree with that.
And I'll let you talk in a second. That was some of my scathing commentary over my eviction process, whatever. But I think as time heals all wounds. And I'll say, Ronnie was not one of my favorite people on the show, during the show, after the show. But over time, I realized Kat was playing a game, and that's how it is.
Right. And that's the same thing with Shelly and Jordan and Jeff. She was just evicting Jeff from life. She was evicting Jeff from the
That overreaction is fucking nutty. So Gato106 on Twitter wants to know who we think will get America's vote. Does Jeff have a chance? No way. Not Jeff. It's not. No way.
Matt,
not this season.
Let's finish the question. What was your experience? You got voted out?
Yeah, no, it was total gameplay. And in fact, the reason I gave Hayden my vote at the end was because I felt he was more instrumental in stabbing me in the back.
I respected
that.
You're like me. You got sympathy love.
I just think it's a game.
I went out in the band suit. They felt sorry for me, and you were the brigade, and you were the first one evicted. They felt sorry for you.
Big Brother is not a friendly game. There's a reason Cassie and Dominic didn't make it far this season, and it's because they're too nice of people. This game is not meant for nice people. And if people stab me in the back, people stab me in the back and turn on me, and I get played. That's me getting played, and kudos to them for getting me out of the house. Like, that's a good game move, and that's what Big Brother is. And I cannot in a million years be bitter about that or hateful.
I knew going in.
I got outplayed.
I knew going in, man, that. I mean, I pride myself as a loyal, authentic, genuine type of cat, you know, and it loyal, and I knew going in those weren't qualities that would serve me well in the Big Brother house. I knew if I stabbed people in the back, I just didn't know it would be week 3.
Week 3, you got week 1. I'd
fuck off. Starts right away. All right, you guys, we got to wrap this up. Casey, you got anything to promote or anything? Thanks for joining us.
I do. Check me out, man. MingleMix.com, of course. My Facebook is Casey Minglemix Turner. My crew is the Spin Doctors. Find us on Facebook. I'm at Whiskey Joe's in Tampa this Friday night, judging a DJ contest. There's 10 DJs vying for a spot at a Resident Roll. Chomp, Go Gators, all that. And Sunday for the Neon Extreme Party, 50 DJs, 25 MCs. Let me say that again. Sunday, Labor Day Sunday, the Ritz, Ybor City, 50 DJs, 25 MCs. I'm one of the MCs. I'm the DJ. I'm making like some money just going talking to Mike. Hey, what's up? And of course, please make sure y'all join us. I hope to see both of you big ass heads in Vegas. I'm there like September 16, 17, 18 for the Vegas Bash. Big shouts out to Live at the Studio. Follow him on Twitter. Holla at your boy.
We'll be there, man. Ronnie, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm Darth Ronnie T on Twitter, and please, I'm begging you, spay and neuter all your local cat ladies and cat men.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks to everyone in the chat room for all your fucked up love and hate. And we'll see you probably never because the Gremlin Cave is never on. So tune in for Dick at Night next time, guys. Thank you.